Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where last episode we met with the dignitaries one by one in their rooms on the 36th floor during the West Zemuria Trade Conference's recess and had talks with the leaders of Crossbell's two suzerains, who declared their intent to never relinquish control over Crossbell by recognizing it as its own sovereign state in slimy fashion. The second half of the conference now begins. The same day at 4:30, just as Mr. Grimwood had predicted, the discourse became more turbulent in the second half of the conference. Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith continued to raise question after biting question, each one aimed at Crossbell's security and future. As the conversation wore on, the looks on Mayor Croyce and Speaker McDowell's faces became even more sullen and stern. The heart of the problem is that a lone cult was able to cause so much public disorder, in a single night no less. Moreover, half of Crossbell's State Guard fell under their control, quite literally at that. Such a failure of security is unprecedented. Be that as it may, I was under the impression that we had already covered this in full detail. The details are not what is in question. It is the quality of your state's crisis management that so concerns us. You cannot deny the extent to which that incident endangered the lives and property of Imperial citizens in your border. What do you have to say to that? Now hold on just a moment, Chancellor. Reparations and redresses in the wake of the cult incident have already been administered. Demanding further mirror on top of that will only serve to cast Erebonia in a most unfavorable light. Monetary compensation is not the issue either, Your Highness. The Crossbell state government has still yet to answer how it can comprehensively guarantee its security. And there is a need to protect the lives, property, and economic interests for all those in and tied to Crossbell. Can such protection truly be assured from a state constantly mired in political gridlock, a state so susceptible to top-down corruption? Pardon me, but I'd heard former Speaker Hartman was immediately removed from office upon his corruption coming to light. Crossbell's political system has proven perfectly capable of self-correction. Would a new security framework not suffice? I must disagree, Your Lordship. Surely you don't believe it would be that easy? Crossbell's political foundation is prone to corruption by nature. I, of course, acknowledge that Mayor Croyce and Speaker McDowell have been nothing less than outstanding statesmen. But what will happen to Crossbell when they're gone? How quickly would things regress without their leadership? I apologize for my cynicism here, but corruption and government have long been inalienable. This is true not only of Crossbell, but of my own kingdom as well. Taking that into consideration, would it not be best for us to observe whether the Speaker and Mayor can bring about political reform during their terms? Pardon me for saying so, Your Highness, but I believe that is rather naive of you. I understand why you would be so hopeful. However, the state of Crossbell cannot be so easily compared to a monarchy such as Liberl. Undermining the political system of a land that has no central or traditional authority is a simple feat. History has proven that time and again. That may be true, but... If I may, my native Carwood is founded upon our Honorable Republic Charter in lieu of a monarchy. It was an impressive undertaking by various powers and groups that gathered after our revolution 100 years ago. That charter in place, our country knows our system can survive with dignity, even if it, too, may at times be stricken with corruption. So you say, but it is not as though our autonomous state law isn't without its own pride and honor. I'll concede that in our state's young history, imperfections in its design have come to light. So too is it indisputable that we have been improving upon it slowly but surely. Mr. Grimwood, may I ask how many additional laws and amendments have been passed by Crossbell's government in the last 10 years? But of course, while I don't have the exact figure in front of me, I would estimate 50 in total. Only 50 in 10 years? Why, how can that be? That's an average of just 5 a year. Perhaps, though the rate has been trending upward in recent times, there were 12 laws passed last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, though admittedly many of those were merely addendums to existing financial and orbital network provisions. Regardless, I think it's clear that we cannot assume a meaningful new security framework will be so promptly implemented. As I suspected, it would be wiser to seek alternative solutions in the interim. I agree wholeheartedly. My, I hadn't realized the two of you had become such close bedfellows. Perhaps you would care to settle the territorial dispute over the North Highlands as well while you're at it? Ah, point well taken, Your Highness. We'll have to leave discussing that matter for another day. Time is growing short, gentlemen. I advise we move on to another point of discussion. Very well then, as proposed by His Excellency, now let us review... This is bad. It's exactly what Mr. Grimwood warned us would happen. The Planet 9 Chancellor and President Rocksmith are going knives out on Crossbell as we speak. Is there nothing the Mayor or Speaker can say in objection? Unfortunately, it's as they stated. Crossbell and state law has more than a few structural flaws. That's what makes it so difficult for my grandfather and Uncle Dearda to deny what they're saying. Maybe, but the major powers themselves were the ones who built those flaws into Crossbell during its founding 70 years ago. They have no right to use that against us to force their own agenda. They scripted things to go down like this from the very beginning. As I've told you before, the discourse of the conference itself has nothing to do with us. Keep your heads on straight and see to it that we make it through the rest of the day. Right, sorry about that. Should we begin another patrol? In that case... First Division, this is Dudley. Emma, has something... What? What's going on? There must have been an incident. The Red Constellation and Hayway are both on the move. They've already shaken off our surveillance. No way! Are you serious? Settle down, this is nothing we weren't prepared for. Stay alert. I'll keep you posted if there are any further developments. Understood. Yes, that's right. We should begin by mobilizing our officers in reserve. Damn, so this is really gonna go down, huh? The hell are they planning? Randy. Try to keep your cool, Randy. We know the Red Constellation wouldn't try to pull something here at the conference. Right, the brunt of the police force is protecting the entrance to the building. You don't suppose they're about to pick a fight with each other now of all times, do you? Everything we've managed to figure out so far says that's unlikely. I beg your pardon? What's going on down there? Grandfather?
Your Excellency, might I ask you to repeat yourself? I'm praying with every fibre of my being that I simply misheard you. I'll gladly say it as many times as you require. Disband the Crossbell Guardian Force. Then in its place station security forces from abroad, permanently within the state. That is the most logical course of action.
Please, wait a moment. Surely you aren't forgetting the terms of the Non-Aggression Pact, Chancellor Osborne.
Perish the force. We agreed not to use force to solve disputes in or over Crossbell. This, however, is not an attempt at invasion. I merely state the obvious. A useless pseudo-military that loses control and threatens his own people's lives is better off dissolved. In practice, the Crossbell Guardian Force is inconsequential when placed before the Imperial or even Republican armies. The CGF's armored cars may as well be made of paper compared to a true tank. To say nothing of the drain on Crossbell and Mirror they cost to maintain, leave matters of state security to foreign military forces. That is the best and most cost-efficient solution for a mere autonomous territory. I would consider that far too radical an option. Just how would you propose these foreign military forces be designated? Do you, the Chancellor of Erebonia, plan on nominating the Imperial Army? That'd be rather tone-deaf, historically speaking. I don't recall saying anything of the sort. Now that you bring it up, I am willing to forgive Crossbell's past transgressions and offer the Imperial Army's aid if necessary. It's a small price to pay for the sake of peace in West Zemuria, wouldn't you say? Settle down, everyone. There's no reason to get so worked up. I agree the Chancellor's proposal is a bit, shall we say, drastic. I do, however, share his opinion that the CGF leaves much to be desired. It's wholly inadequate when it comes to state security. Oh, what would you propose, then? This is only a suggestion, but I would advise a mass reduction of the Guardian Force's numbers to start. In exchange, Calvert can assume responsibility for Tangram Gate, while Erebonia does the same for Bellegarde Gate. That way, either army would be able to respond to emergencies statewide, whether they occur here in Crossbell City or otherwise. That's hardly an improvement, Mr. President. Even so, it is worth consideration. You're an impressive man, President Rocksmith. Managed to be an excellent statesman and leader, all while fending off staunch political opposition. Not compared to you, Chancellor. You're reforming an entire empire while suppressing the influence of disgruntled nobles.
This can't be happening.
I've heard enough. Might I remind you that there are more than 2 countries participating in this conference? Pardon me, Your Highness. The President and I may have gotten a bit sidetracked. Now that our discussion has progressed thus far, would you two mind giving us your opinions on the idea?
This is terrible. Absurd is more like it.
Take some serious balls to spout any of this with a straight face.
I hate to say it, but it's not as though their proposals don't have any basis. Still, I was hoping things wouldn't come to this.
At this point, all we can do is hope the Speaker and Mayor can stand their ground.
Now, of all times. It could be Dudley.
Banning's here. Hey, it's Sergey. Chief Sergey, what's going on? No time, I'll keep it short. Sonia just called me. The anti-aircraft radars installed near Tangram and Belgard were destroyed. The same ones being used to detect any potential invading ships in Crossbell and airspace.
What?
She suspects it was the work of the terrorists. I've already filled Dudley in. As for you guys, be careful and get ready. Roger that. What's wrong? Is it my uncle and the others? No, not them, it was... Please everyone, may I have your attention? Guys! Regarding your concerns over Crossbell's domestic security, I would like to offer my own suggestion. Oh? I thought you'd been staying a little too quiet. Let's hear it. What do you propose? Thank you. I was thinking... Everyone, get down! What?
Airships!
I see this is very bulletproof. But it has to be very bulletproof for those kind of guns. Helios Preservus, is it the terrorists? How did they even get here? Greetings everyone, these windows are bulletproof tempered glass. To be safe, I must urge you all back away from the window. Wow. Some good tempered glass.
Your Highness, are you alright? Yes, I'm fine.
Those airships just now. One of them was a high-speed Rhineford model. Yes, I'm sure of it.
The other was a Verne Company military gunship.
Right, this aligns with the reports we received that one had been stolen. Is everyone alright? Yes, thank the goddess. Where did those fiends go? Good, you should be able to hear me now. Attention conference attendees, allow me to introduce ourselves. We are the Imperial Liberation Front, and we represent the anti-immigration faction seeking to protect the traditions and sanctity of our beloved Calvard. I don't believe it. The 2 terrorist groups menacing the Empire and the Republic. Our causes have seen fit to form an alliance, such that we may topple the respective blights that plague us. Prepare yourself, blood and iron Chancellor Gilead Osborne. President Rocksmith, today you meet your end. To protect the time-worn heritage of our Calvard from the despicables of the East, we will stop at nothing. This is preposterous. Utter drivel. Yeah, but this ain't looking too good. Here they come. Do you have a room without windows? Are there any panic rooms built into this place? Seems like an oversight. That's a lot of guns. They're headed straight for us! Damn it. So this is what those blueprints were for. But never mind that. Contact the CGF unit on standby and have them... What? What the... What? Why did he just close? Wonder what is going on here? Not good. The button isn't responding. What in alias's name is going on?
Hey, how's a girl supposed to chase a headline like this, huh? Do something, Reigns.
What do you expect me to do?
This is far from ideal. Orcus Tower's security system must be under their control. This is likely the work of the hacker from yesterday.
Let's move, everyone. Head to the 35th floor. We have to protect the dignitaries. Roger that. Chances are the elevator's out. We're gonna have to head for the emergency stairs. I wonder if we can even go this way. Yep, and there's talking to do. But to be honest, that leaves us as the line of defense, doesn't it now? Blast it, those terrorists have taken things too far. If the CGF had been able to act, things wouldn't have gone so out of hands. Out of our hands?
I feel like I'm living in a bad dream. What's going to happen to all of us now?
Well, the thing is, there's no reason to attack you. This is normally when I'd be cleaning the rooms, but it doesn't exactly feel appropriate right now.
Just thinking about what could end up happening to us has me trembling.
Should go clean out those windows and see if they buff out. This is a real situation we have on our hands. Me and the others stationed on this floor are going to have to protect it with our lives. Everybody's in this together. We won't let them break us. Terrorists breaching the conference venue? It's unthinkable is what it is. This can't be happening. I refuse to believe it.
Mind you, in that room with the dignitaries currently.
Thought so.
All three are locked down. Unless we retake control of the building, we won't be able to use the elevators.
So even if we manage to bust through the shutters, the actual thing still wouldn't work.
Forget it. Let's find the emergency stairs.
Well, we're going there. Got a lot of strong people in there crowding around. A lot of people who should be able to hold their own. All the staff in the West Wing have been relocated to this room until further notice. Puts me on edge having to stand by until orders come in from HQ. We need to keep our heads up and push through. Is anyone in here? Got anything for me?
We staff members are doing all we can to remain calm, for our sake and everyone else's. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
It looks like both the elevator and the stairs are blocked off right now. We need to figure out what to do with our numbers divided like this and fast. We're all waiting in the sidelines so we don't get in your way. It seemed like the only rational thing to do at a time like this. I guess. Well, battle awaits us, right? Terrorists incoming. Oh, we're blocked.
What? But it was open just a moment ago.
Tio, can you work your magic?
I'll do what I can.
Tio connected an orbital cable to the shutter's control panel.
This is trickier than I expected. There's nothing I can't handle. It opened.
Tio comes in clutch yet again.
Hardly. The security lock on this gate wasn't particularly complex. Though now that it's been breached, the security on the other exits will likely be heightened. I may not be able to do this for all of them.
Sounds like this security system has more than a few aces up its sleeves. Worry about that later. We've got to move. Oh, nice work, Dudley. Uh-oh, Dudley. Now, smoke out the Chancellor. You'll have to get through me first. Oh, the divine blade of wind. Hold your ground. Attack in waves. We're here to help. You three, fall back. We're in your debt. Mulavanda, a guardian of the Arnor family? And the Liberlian Royal Guard? Doesn't matter. Take them down. Look at that! Show-offs.
I think we can lead that group to them.
Oh, hey guys!
Lecter, are the dignitaries all right?
Yeah, for now anyway.
Save the talking for later. They're coming from behind too.
What?
Reinforcements.
Something's coming this way. They've got robots too.
What are those?
It's just like the ones we fought at the Mafia's hideout. Never mind that. Suppress them.
敵発見一気に決めるぞ
Boost bar appeared behind me. Right, well, we need to analyze some dudes.
Enigma, Kudo. 任せてくれ
I think I'm supposed to do this in a good fashion, you know what I mean? If only I could clip that one too. I would probably light you sealed, but that somehow don't reckon I managed it. Ooh. Tasty. Yeah, that's pretty good.
行きますターゲットを捕捉しました情報を入手しました
One of the three upgraded patrol archaisms, or one of three, fights and suppresses foes using flexible arms. Very weak to water. Oh, you hit Randy? Ah, it's sealed. One of three upgraded patrol archaisms cleans up suppressed foes using compact machine guns. How dare you, spiky boy?
行きます
I need to scan the other one, though. It's you, right?
分析を開始します詳細データゲットです
One of three upgraded patrol archaisms buffs and debuffs combatants with specialty missiles.
え
I'll have no donkey things, thank you very muchly, please. Unfortunately, they're all water weak, and I don't really have a water attack. So aerial might be my best bet there. Can I pull them in? I don't think that's going to work out for me as well as I would like it to. Oh, I got two.
おっしゃ
Not dodging much, I must
行き
admit.
ますえはい
Say, can I rock anything out first?
良いデータが取れました
Properly under attack again now. Axe is the next course to level up by the look of it. New material gained. So they have archaisms too. They likely came in from the roof. Aren't those things made by the society though? Terrorists could have acquired them from the black market, or perhaps... What's the matter? Look over there. The archaism weren't the only ones stopped in their tracks. You're all monsters. There's no other choice. Engage Plan B. Stun grenade. Get back. They have quite good control over this place, don't they? It's closed. Getting through by force would be a tall order. Everyone. I was wondering where you were. Nice job pushing them back with their tails between their legs. Maybe, but they're going to escape at this rate.
Can you open it, Tio? I don't know for sure, but I can try. It's like I feared. The security level has been increased to maximum protection. I am unable to bypass it on a portable terminal, even if I use the Aeon system.
Not good. Talk to me. Yes, we managed to hold out. Unfortunately, they... What? They're taking the elevator to the basement. Right this second.
To the basement? They didn't go back up to their airships on the roof.
Stop and think about why they wouldn't. They could be trying to detonate orbital bombs they placed on board those ships. What? You might be right. If that's the case, then they're aiming to bury the Chancellor and President with the building itself.
It's no surprise terrorists would go to such lengths. Those fools. Well, this is a pickle.
There's no way around it. We have to get through the shutter, even if it's by brute force.
Wait. We may not have to resort to that after all.
What?
Well, well, look who it is.
You're the spitwad who trashed my place.
I'll get you for that. You'll rue the day you crossed Jonah Sacred. Ah, feisty, aren't you? Freeze. Release the controls to the tower at once. Oh boy, I guess you've got me cornered. Fine, fine. It's just a little time killer anyway. I've had my fun. Good luck, boys and girls. Do your best to not bite the big one. What the? Ignore him. Focus on getting the tower back under control.
Jonah, did he come back too?
So it would seem. He must have taken today's flight from the Marne. Done. Now restoring tower control systems.
You did it! Can we use the elevators too?
Yes, I disengaged the locks. However, we have no control over the one the terrorists are using. In that case, I'll head to the roof. If anyone is to disarm the orbital bombs on board their ships, it'll have to be me.
You can do that, Kilika.
But of course, it's a skill any counterintelligence officer worth their weight would have. Isn't that right, Secretary Arundel? What do you say we split the work?
Sure, might as well. Then allow me to accompany you there. There's a chance they may have left archaisms behind to protect the bombs.
The rest of you should pursue the terrorists. You may still be able to catch them.
Understood. Bannings, your group is coming with us. Though these are two cells of terrorists we're dealing with. We'll likely need to split up. Roger that. Aye, aye, sir.
Yes, right. Understood. We can make do with what we know. Good work, Jonah. I will speak to you again later.
What did Jonah have to say?
He analyzed the terrorist escape route. They fled into the geofront via Orcus Tower's foundation level. By foundation, you mean the basement of the tower, right? It must lead to who knows how many sectors of the geofront.
That won't stop us from capturing those fanatics. I refuse to let them get away and sully the name of the Crossbell Police Department any further. My sentiments exactly. I attended this international conference as a representative of the guild, and now they've assailed it right before my eyes. As a bracer, I cannot let this stand.
We're going to capture them. There's no doubt in my mind. Though, I'd probably be less nervous if it weren't for those bombs sticking away on the roof.
I'm sure Kilika and Lecter will be able to handle it. After all, they have Senior Captain Schwartz and Major Vander there to back them up. Seriously, that's a real all-star bomb squad we got up there. We, on the other hand, are going a heck of a way down, aren't we?
Yes, from floor 35 to floor B8.
What do you know? The SSS has taken on Crossbell's underbelly for real now. Time is of the essence. We'll go on ahead. Don't fall behind. They do that a lot. Sheesh, you think they've been waiting their whole lives for this moment?
We should hurry along ourselves.
Right. You say that, but where exactly are we? Getting some lay of the land would not be a bad idea first.
This is not what I was expecting. Am I the only one who feels a little overwhelmed here? Curious, what exactly is this place? The main shaft of Orcus Tower, I believe. This chamber is where the weight of the structure is distributed for optimal load-bearing support. I'd heard there was something like this inside the tower, but I never expected it to be so expansive.
Yeah, it's impressive. Can we keep it moving now?
Yeah, let's keep going south.
Say, are there any enemies in our way or anything? Is there anything for me to see? Shaft control room ahead, authorized personnel only. Don't seriously think they went this way, do you?
Likely not. Security measures are still in place down this direction.
In that case, we should follow Dudley and Arios.
Yes, let's head south.
I'm wondering if we're at the point of getting thrown into things massively or not. Doesn't seem to be a... Look here. There's only one explanation. Right, this is as far as their little collaboration took them. Wait, what happened?
Dudley, Arios, what's going on?
We have a problem. We're not just chasing one combined massive terrorist down here anymore.
Oh no.
You're saying the group trying to off the Chancellor and the one aiming for the President split ways right here? There's no doubt in my mind. Republican terrorists went to the C sector of the Geofront. While the ones from the Empire have escaped to the D sector.
How can you possibly tell?
I get it. It's the footprints, isn't it? Exactly. They were in too much of a hurry to hide their tracks. In that case, we should split into two groups ourselves. If we don't make haste, one or both of them could manage to escape. Agreed, that would be the best course of action. McLean and I will follow the Calvardians into the C sector. SSS, you pursue the Erebonian terrorists in the D sector. Wait, why divide our forces so unevenly?
You'd be outnumbered several times over with just the two of you.
The C sector is home to a heat treatment plant. It's a difficult place to navigate for those unfamiliar with it. Conversely, the D sector is larger with more open spaces. Your greater numbers will serve you better there. Makes enough sense to me. We're running out of time, Lloyd. I say we go with that plan.
Find them. Dudley, Arios, be careful in there.
Same to you. Our suspects are wanted terrorists that are willing to give their lives for their cause. Do not let your guards down.
Right.
Roger. Okay, team, let's move out. Our mission is to catch the terrorists before they can escape the Geofront.
Right.
They've got another thing coming. They think they're getting away. And so begins a chase after terrorists through unknown terrain. Not a good thing to have to do, but considering there's a dungeon ahead of us and more sweeping is going to happen, I guess that's a good spot to end this session here and start with action in our next episode, our next session time. Such is life where you just run out of day. It's already past the next day after all. It's way past midnight. No matter where we end the session, there's always a cliffhanger indeed. There is a bedtime story though. So I'll leave you with that in the middle of this tenseness as we continue next time. So, Sunshine Agnes, Chapter 5. The winds blow downhill. June gave way to July. On the 4th of the month, Edwin Arnold was set to attend his first ever press conference, as an assistant to the higher-ups of the political column, that is. The contentious inheritance of Weber Hart had been a matter of great public interest since the great intellectual's sudden passing 1 month prior. And his closest living heir, his adopted son, died at sea shortly after Hart's own death, Edwin noticed as he pedaled his bike. Just ahead is the Cromwell Street Hill. Today's the day. I'll reach the top without stopping even once, he shouted with his trademark enthusiasm.
Hart's best friend and the chairman of the board are both laying claim to the inheritance. However, there are rumors that the son's death was perpetrated by the two men themselves. Edwin's breathing grew ragged. That's a pretty common plot. Still, could the rumors be true? Heck if I know, muttered Agnes, watching the scenery go by. She was sitting behind Edwin on the luggage rack. The bike's vibration shook both her and the insulated bag in her arms. As it happened, there were many coffee lovers at the Eastern News, including Ed's boss, Brandon. Agnes delivered her uncle's artisanal blend there once a week. The catering service was little more than a hobby for Agnes, but she tolerated it well enough. The fact that Edwin insisted on escorting her during deliveries, however, was just a bit bothersome. So Ed, you still help me to land that cooking column? She asked. Yeah, I'm supposed to do one next month, so I'm putting together a new article. Gotta write about whatever's in season, after all. A righteous reporter getting his start from a cooking column, mused Agnes. Being with Edwin like this put her at ease. As she fussed over her hair, which was fluttering in the wind atop her head, the perennially drowsy Kagemaru let out yet another yawn. You just don't get it, do you? Edwin tisked. There was no shame in a cooking column. I'd be helping my readers spice up their dinner tables if my article could make even one person's life easier. Edwin began paddling up the hill with all of his might. Who says there isn't justice in that too? He roared. The bicycle crested over the hill, letting gravity pull it over to the other side before propelling effortlessly down the slope. Agnes let out an astonished yelp, only for it to be drowned out by Ed's joyous cries as he picked up speed. They continued on, riding the rushing wind. This exhilaration Ed's feeling must be his reward for working so hard, thought Agnes. She clutched her knit hat to her head to keep it from flying off and laughed at herself for being so shocked. Ed was always looking ahead, was always chasing after his ambitions with that one-track mind of his, sometimes to the point where it annoyed her. About what you said back then. Sorry, I can't hear you. Agnes raised her voice to yell over the wind. That rumor about Mr. Hart's heir being killed for the inheritance. Someone might have done it if they thought for sure they wouldn't get caught. Edwin nodded several times in sage understanding. Got it. I'll ask about that in today's interview. Jeez, and where's that gonna get you? Ed was as dense and simple as they come, but that was also the reason Agnes felt so at ease around him. The reason they got along so well. She made sure he wasn't looking before grinning widely in a way that she'd never shown anyone before. Today, Edwin had made another step toward adulthood. He might stumble and make a fool of himself, but she knew he would keep pushing forward like always. She only wished she could be there to watch it herself. Agnes! What? If something ever happens, call me, okay? I'm a righteous reporter after all, yelled Edwin. Laughter echoed across the clear blue sky. So ends another chapter of Sunshine Agnes. But our story chapter here is getting, well, into the crazy parts. A terrorist attack has taken place. We now chase the Erebonians down. Next time, in Trails to Azure. Is this the end of chapter 2? We'll find out soon. Bye-bye.